sitting in history class when my teacher yelled, "Did you just pee yourself?" Miss Balance's face went from confused to absolutely furious in about 2 seconds. "Maddie, did you just pee yourself in my classroom? In my 11th grade classroom?" Maddie's face was bright red. She was shaking, holding her stomach with both hands. "I need to go to the nurse," Maddie whispered, her voice barely audible. Miss Balance just laughed. Everyone knew she hated Maddie and was clearly trying to embarrass her. "The nurse? You think the nurse is going to help you learn bladder control? Are you 7 years old?" She looked disgusted, but everyone felt horrible for her already. "You can go, but clean up that entire mess first. Nobody wants to have to do that." Maddie was trembling now, gripping her stomach tighter. "Please, Miss Balance, I really need to go." But Miss Balance cut her off with a raised hand. "You're not going anywhere until you clean up your mess. I don't care if you're embarrassed." Maddie stood there for another minute, breathing heavily and swaying slightly, while Miss Balance went back to her desk to grab paper towels, making a big show of how disgusted she was. I noticed Maddie's face was beet red. She was panicking, but something felt off. That's when I noticed something I hadn't paid attention to before, and that's when it hit me. Maddie had been wearing these huge, baggy sweaters for months now, even when it was warm, always holding her books in front of her stomach when she walked. I looked over at the other girls, and they realized it too. Their eyes were all completely wide. Maddie didn't pee herself. Her water broke. Another girl tried to stand up for her. "Miss Balance, she's really sick. She needs to go." Mr. Balance rolled her eyes dramatically. "She's not dying. She can clean up this filth." Then a few more tried to help. Angie said, "No, seriously, just let her go to the nurse, please." But Miss Balance's face just got redder. "Sit down, all of you, or you can help clean it up. You're wasting everyone's time with your little accident." Maddie must have realized Mr. Balance wasn't going to let her leave no matter what, because she slowly, painfully, lowered herself to her knees, reaching for the paper towels with shaking hands. She managed to wipe once at the puddle before a wave of pain hit her. You could see it in how her whole body tensed up. She started letting out this terrible wailing sound that made everyone jump up from their seats. "She needs help," I shouted, but Mr. Balance just scoffed. "Oh my god, she slipped in her own mess." This is what happens when you act like a child. You slip and fall and embarrass yourself even more. Maddie was on the ground now, sobbing and moaning in pain, clearly unable to move. She gasped out between sobs, "Please help me." But Miss Balance just stood there with her arms crossed. Another girl started trying to help clean, but she got mad at her too. "How dare you? She pees herself and you try to touch it too." That's when Angie completely lost it and screamed at the top of her lungs, "She didn't pee herself. Her water broke. She's pregnant." The room went completely silent except everyone, especially all the boys, were completely shocked. Miss Balance's face went from red to white. She immediately started panicking. "She's what? Oh my god, somebody get the nurse." She should have said something. She was trying to call 911, but her hands were shaking. "I can't be held responsible for this. Nobody told me she was pregnant." The nurse ran in and pushed Mr. Balance aside, kneeling next to Maddie, who was barely conscious. "What did you do?" she shouted at Miss Balance. "I didn't do anything. She peed herself and I told her to clean it up. How was I supposed to know?" They rushed her out on a stretcher, and I'll never forget how pale and still she looked. Miss Balance didn't even care the baby might not survive and just tried to defend herself to anyone who would listen, saying, "They're acting like I'm a monster," but she never told me she was pregnant. She had to go into the office that day, and although we knew she'd be fired, we wanted to know if the baby survived. Angie screamed when she saw the text. We finally got word. The baby girl survived and was breathing on her own.